I'm not teaching, I'm publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in UK test part 136. Alexander Fleming, while doing standing yoga. And if you participate in the standing yoga, that's at your own risk. And the subject will be about... No, it will not. It will not be about the Second World War, but I'm going to mention a few things about the Second World War. I want to show some pictures. So a bit about the Second World War and then medical and diseases. And we will concentrate a bit more on standing yoga. And if you do the standing yoga, it's risk. So Alexander Fleming, 1881 until 1955. Born in Scotland. So he was born in Scotland. Fleming moved to London as a teenager and later qualified as a doctor. So he moved to London when his years of age had a 1 at the beginning, so and not 100. So let's say he was 60, 50. So Fleming moved to London as a teenager and later qualified as a doctor. So he became a doctor. He was researching influenza, the flu, in 1981 when he discovered penicillin. So he was doing research on influenza. He wanted to know, what is this influenza? What is this flu? And in 1928, he discovered penicillin. That was while he was researching influenza, but I think this discovery of penicillin was more or less unrelated to his research to influenza. It's just he was doing that, and when he discovered that, because he was working in that stuff. But I don't know it. Maybe it was. And in 1928, so Alexander Fleming discovered in 1928 penicillin. This was then further developed into a usable drug by the scientists Howard Florey and Ernest Chain. Before we go through that sentence, I wanted to show you 2 pictures. So this is a picture here of Winston Churchill. There's written, Winston Churchill, best known for his leadership of UK during the Second World War. So this is a picture of Winston Churchill made in the 1940s during the wartime. It's a picture of Winston Churchill. And here we have a picture of the Royal Air Force helped to defend Britain in the Second World War. A picture of the Royal Air Force. So the airplanes standing on an airfield and the pilots running to it. So here's Winston Churchill, and there a picture of the Royal Air Force. Alexander Fleming discovered in 1928 penicillin. This was then further developed into a usable drug by scientists Howard Florey and Ernest Chain, and drug means in a medical sense, a medical notation. So Ernest Chain and Howard Florey then developed this penicillin, which he had discovered, Alexander Fleming, went into a drug which could be taken, so a medication, a medicine. By the 1940s, it was in mass production. So in 1928 it was discovered, and by the 1940s it was in mass production. So it could be made as a usable drug for many people available. Fleming won the Nobel Prize in Medicine. So Alexander Fleming won the Nobel Prize of Medicine in 1945. Penicillin is still used to treat bacterial infections today. So now, 80 years later, or 90 years after he discovered it, penicillin is used to treat bacterial infections today. So if someone has a bacterial infection, they might, if it's prescribed, get from a doctor penicillin to treat a bacterial infection. And that we're through with Alexander Fleming. And I will just read it again, but then I'm going to read the quotes we have of Winston Churchill, then I'm going to read the quotes of William Shakespeare, then I'm going to read Churchill again, and then we're doing standing yoga. Alexander Fleming, 1881, 1995. 1950. Born in Scotland, Fleming moved to London as a teenager and later qualified as a doctor. He was researching influenza, called the flu, in 1928 when he discovered penicillin. This was then further developed into a usable drug by the scientists Howard Florey and Ernest Chain. By the 1940s, it was in mass production. Fleming won the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 1945. Penicillin is still used to treat bacterial infections today. And Winston Churchill said in his first speech to the House of Commons as a Prime Minister, his first speech as a Prime Minister in 1940, among other things, one line, and that line is, "I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears and sweat." And after the Battle of Dunkirk, or evacuation of Dunkirk, he said to the House of Commons in 1940, "We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets, we shall fight in the hills, we shall never surrender." And when during the Battle of Britain, he said to the House of Commons, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much out by so many to so few." And the quotes of William Shakespeare. "Once more unto the bridge," out of Henry V, "To be or not to be," out of Hamlet, "A rose by any other name," out of Romeo and Juliet, "All the world's a stage," out of As You Like It, "The darling buds of May," out of Sonnet 18, "Shall compare thee to a summer's day." And Winston Churchill said, his quotes, free are listed here, "I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets, we shall fight in the hills, we shall never surrender, and never in the field of human conflict was so much out by so many to so few." And now we're doing standing yoga, and if you participate in standing yoga, participate on risk, and we will do nothing anymore, just standing yoga, so you can skip to the next part if you like to. And we have your feet standing together, and we're breathing in, and we're lifting the arms. The eagle's wings is spread. So breathe slowly in and out, concentrated and a bit meditative. And breathe again in and lift the arms up. And out. And again in. And out. And again in. Close the hands. And out. We just bring the arms down, we're opening the chest to the sky, the crab in the morning. Breathe again in, the arms up. And breathe out again, back the arms, open the chest to the sky, and breathe out. And again in, the arms up. And out, we're closing the hands and breathing out and leaning back. A reed in the wind. In the back, again back at the middle. And out and lean again back. And breathe in the middle. And out again, the arms up. Now to the warrior. One foot points with the toes to the outside, the bit in front. We're lifting the arms up and breathing in. And the breathing out and the bending the front leg. And breathe in. And out and lean onto your front leg and look up to the other end. And breathe in. And out, back to the middle. And breathe in. And out, we're leaning back. Our hand takes the leg behind us and looking up to our head. And breathe in and straighten the front leg a little. And out and sink again down. And breathe in. And out into the middle. And breathe the last time in. And out, exiting. And now warrior to the other side. Toes are pointing in these directions, lifting the arms up. And we're breathing out, and we're bending the front leg. And breathe in. And out, we're leaning onto the front leg. And go. And we're breathing in. And out, we're going back to the warrior. We're breathing in. And out, taking hold of our back leg and we're looking up to our hand. You're breathing in. Bending our front leg. We're straightening our front leg. And out, we're sinking again down with our front leg. And breathe in again. And out back into the warrior. Breathe in. And out the exiting. And now we are doing the chair. We're having our feet standing together. We're breathing an inch space between the toes. We're breathing in and lifting the arms up. And breathe again out. Now breathe in. Come up onto tiptoes. We're going to stay on tiptoes during the whole exercise. If you want to take a break, you can do that anytime. The breathing in. And the breathing out, we're sinking down into the chair. And breathe in, come again up. And breathe out, come again down. And breathe again in, come up. And out. And we're going to do it one more time. Breathe in. And out. Now breathe in and come up. And breathe out as the arms down. And the heels. Now we're doing the sun god. We have the legs standing wide apart. We're breathing in and lifting the arms up. And we're breathing out, we're sinking down into the sun. Now breathe in and pretend to push a heavy weight up. And out. And again in and push a heavy weight up. And again out. And now come up with one heel. Placing it on the ground. Come up with the other heel. Place it again on the ground. Come up with both heels. And we're breathing in and we're pushing again a heavy weight up. And we're breathing out again. And we're breathing in again. And out. Now breathing in. Out, letting the arms down. And the heels. Now we're having the feet standing together and breathing in and lifting the arms up. And we're breathing out, we're doing the down diving dolphin. And breathe in, come up into monkey half lift. And breathe out again. Again in into monkey half lift. And out again. Now breathe in and up the right arm to the sky. Breathe out, stretch right arm to the sky and look up over the right shoulder. And breathe in, take the arm again in. And out and down. Breathe in, take the upper arm up. And out and stretch the upper arm to the sky and look over the shoulder to the sky, to the hand. And breathe in, take the arm again in. And out the arm down. Now breathe in and bend the right leg. And breathe out and stretch just the left leg. Breathe in and straighten the right leg. And breathe out and bend the left leg and stretch just the right leg. Breathing in, we're changing again. And out, we're changing the other leg. And breathing in. And out we change. And breathe in again into the middle. Stretch both legs at the same time. And out.
breathe in, come up into monkey half lift. And breathe out again down. Breathe in again into monkey half lift. And out the last time down. Breathe in into the up diving swan. And out the hands coming down.
Thank you very much, and at the next time.